Alright, hi guys, Adam here as usual. Yeah, welcome to the first day of recording the guitars for the Man in the Telescope album. Yeah, I've been going about an hour or so, just setting up and everything. I'm having some problems with latency for some reason that wasn't there before. I've just actually upgraded to Sonar X2 the other day and I haven't had much chance to play with it, so I think I'm going to be delving into settings for a few hours to try and get it sorted. It's not a massive problem, but I can definitely foresee it becoming a problem, so I might as well fix it now while I can. Yeah, so I'm recording the rhythm guitars first. It's probably going to take at least a few weeks. And it's basically, I've experimented the past few days and it's just ML1 in the bridge position in the Crunch Lab, DiMarzio Crunch Lab. Boom, straight into Hughes and Kettner Trilogy on the Crunch channel with the boost engaged and the gain's round at about 3 o'clock. Now that sounds really high gain, but it's actually not, because the Crunch channel is so low gain. That's really not high gain at all. And I experimented with a couple of pedals in front of the amp and everything, but this just sounds better, to be honest. I've got the EQ set, it's more or less straight up at 12. I've got a tiny bit of the bass rolled off, and I can hear already that there's a bit too much bass in the signal, in the tone, sorry, but I'm just going to leave it there because I can cut it out afterwards, and then it's there if I kind of want that extra bit of low end beef from time to time, perhaps when there's just the guitars riffing on their own and nothing much else going on. But the majority of the time that bass is going to get well rolled off, because I like a very mid-range, very crunchy tone. I'm not really a fan of this modern djenty and really high gain, really tight tone. I like to hear a little bit of noise. I like a bit of crunchiness, a bit of string noise and everything. And yeah, so basically that's that. Long story short, it's proven easy for me just to record DI. So what you do is you come out of the effects loop of the Trilogy, set the effects loop to serial mode and into your interface and record that way. And then I just use cab simulators and stuff. I've just got basic, I use Redwire's cab impulses. I've got a Mesa Boogie 412.1 set up, but I will experiment through the mixing stage, changing the cab, different parts of the song and stuff, just to yield slightly different tones. And I'm not going to do any ridiculous quad tracking or anything like that. Again, not really a fan of it. For my music, it's just not what I want. I usually have 2 to 3 guitar tracks either side, but that's basically one take on each side. So I have a take for the left hand side and a take for the right hand side, so it's just double tracked. And then on the left hand side I'll have say I'll have the Mesa 4x12 and I'll have 2 to 3 different microphones, and on the right hand side I'll have a different cab and 2 to 3 different microphones. Yeah, that's pretty much it, so let's get cracking. Woohoo! And we are back in action. It's taken probably about an hour and a half or so to solve that latency issue. Reset the config file to default. Your guess is as good as mine. Worked. Great support there at the Cakewalk forum. It's always a great forum, actually, to be totally honest. So now we are ready to start. I'm probably going to just do the tracks in order of the album, because that's what I did with Cosmology and it just kind of feels right. So what I'll do is I'll do all the rhythm parts over the next couple of weeks. Then I chance to do the clean parts, and then I chance to drop the solos in just from time to time, really. But yeah, I like to do the rhythm kind of as close together as possible, as quick as possible, because I like the tone and stuff to kind of remain consistent, but it's sounding pretty bitchin'. Doesn't sound great, so great on its own, but honestly with the bass and everything in there, it's going to be awesome. Right, let's get some actual work done, because you have done out. First riff on the album. It's not even really a riff, but there you go. See, that's because I was messing about with you on the camera. And this is one of them hard riffs where it's not actually a hard riff and it's fine live, but recording and you're trying to minimise the noise and string noise from the other strings and stuff. It's a tough riff. It's an important riff as well though. Like some of it you can cut out, but you want to try and get it as accurate as possible. The last note, you wouldn't believe it, the rest of that was great.